On The Nation Wants to Know, I'm continuing the series with some of the most high-profile faces on the campaign trail and as candidates. And one person is Piyush Goyal. This is one person who the whole world was looking at. He's very visible on global forums. And he made the headlines because he's been in the Rajya Sabha, I think, Mr. Goyal, about 14 years now. But your plunge was announced at a WTO ministerial inevitably when the chair said that Mr. Goyal is missing, he'll join because he's fighting the elections. So, how's it going? How's it going? I've missed being with you on the campaign trail. Has it been fun so far?
Arnab, it's been the best experience of my life. I'm so grateful to Prime Minister Modi for deeming me capable of representing North Mumbai in Parliament as a Lok Sabha MP, going to the people's court to get their blessings and serving the nation, serving the people of North Mumbai. It's as a Mumbaikar, as a person born and brought up and worked in Mumbai all my life, it's truly a dream come true that I'll be representing my dear Mumbai.
Absolutely. I can see the excitement. We're watching your campaign. You're fully on. I mean, you're not delegating any of the work. You're there, sleeves rolled up, meeting as many people as possible. But you also have a strong candidate against you. I mean, it's the person on the other side is someone who's worked in the Congress party for over 30 years. What's the contest? What's the contest like? It's not a walkover, is it?
Well, I think the people of the constituency will decide whether it's a walkover or it's a contest. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi's work over the last 10 years and the vision with which he has come to the people seeking their blessings for the next term to take India to greater heights as a developed nation truly has earned the adulation, the affection and admiration not only of everybody in Mumbai, but I think the whole world. And when I go to the people and speak about the good work done by Prime Minister Modi, when I talk to them about the impact that his 10-year government has had on the India story, be it the welfare of the poor, be it the respect and dignity of our women, our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, be it the better life that our farmers are able to lead today, or the number of opportunities that the youth of India, men and women, are able to enjoy. I think India of today stands with a confidence at the world stage, a self-confidence never seen before. The India of today is represented in the world as an emerging superpower. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is looked upon across the world as the man who will solve not only India's problems, but the world's problems. The Ukrainian foreign minister appealed to him that you are the only person who can help us resolve the Ukraine-Russia conflict. I mean, he's earned accolades across the world, the highest civilian honors in nearly 17, 18 countries so far. In every respect, he has brought India on the world stage, and therefore I think all the 6 seats of Mumbai, North Mumbai included, will be a cakewalk for Prime Minister Modi and his leadership.
No doubt. I mean, when I was speaking to the Prime Minister last week, I mean, he said that he had received invitations from all over, including from the G7 and Putin, and he kept saying there's an election on, but everyone said, Mr. Modi, that's a foregone conclusion. Coming to Mumbai, the contest in Mumbai is not exactly that of 2019. Your older ally, Shiv Sena, has split. BJP won 3 out of 6, if I'm not mistaken, last time, but Shiv Sena won the other 3. You particularly are a target for Sanjay Raut and the Uddhav wing of the Shiv Sena or the Uddhav Sena. How do you think the split is going to impact the voting pattern in your constituency and across Mumbai?
Arnab, you are such a seasoned reader of Indian politics. I think you are missing the point of what has happened in Maharashtra. Uddhav Thackeray and his party, the Shiv Sena, then Shiv Sena, fought the 2019 elections, both Lok Sabha and Assembly, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and declaring Devendra Fadnavis as the chief minister candidate of the alliance. Both elections were won, but for petty personal gain and his ambition to become chief minister, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray sacrificed every principle on which Hindu Hriday Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray had formed the Shiv Sena. He sacrificed Hindutva. He even gave up on Lord Ram, Maryada Purushottam Lord Ram. He went and sat in the lap of Rahul Gandhi and got into the politics of appeasement. He demonstrated high levels of corruption in the 2.5 years that he led the state as chief minister, a period during which he never went to the chief minister's office. All development works in Maharashtra had come to a standstill. And therefore, almost all the Shiv Senic MLAs, MPs and their workers and leaders, they all decided that we cannot work under a leader like Uddhav Thackeray. And the Shiv Sena, in a way, almost threw him out. So the Shiv Sena remains intact under the leadership of Eknath Shinde, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who is upholding every principle on which the Shiv Sena was formed by Balasaheb Thackeray. He has reinstated Hindutva in the Shiv Sena. He has brought respect to the Shiv Sena, and the natural alliance of Shiv Sena and BJP is back on track. There's a small faction. You call it a split. I only say it's a small faction. Father-son duo, 1 or 2 cronies around them, which are running a splinter group of the Shiv Sena. But the people of Maharashtra, the people of Mumbai, will give them such a befitting response in this election. Will make sure that they understand that if you put a dagger on Hindutva, if you sacrifice the principles of the Shiv Sena and the principles on which Hindu Hriday Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray ran his party, he had said that I'd rather close Shiv Sena than ever ally with the Congress. But Uddhav Thackeray ji has truly made all of us ashamed by his treacherous behavior, and the people of Maharashtra and Mumbai will truly elect the Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, the BJP and our Mahayuti alliance, and show Mr. Uddhav Thackeray principles matter, personal ambition will not be tolerated.
The season is of course hot. Mumbai votes on 20th. In this stage of this very, what I would say, last round, last couple of days, what's uppermost in the mind of the voter? What is uppermost? Is it Narendra Modi? Is it because the Prime Minister said eventually it's the BJP is the candidate
This
everywhere?
election,
Yes, please.
Arnab, this election is the country's election. This election is going to determine the fate and destiny of India. मैं इस चुनाव को भारत के भाग्य विधाता के रूप में देखता हूं. And there is no leader against whom Prime Minister Modi is fighting. The so-called India alliance has been reduced to a mere seat adjustment in a few states. They fight like cats and dogs in one part and claim to be in alliance in another. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress fight and badmouth each other in Punjab, have a small seat adjustment in Delhi or probably Gujarat also. Pinarayi Vijayan has exposed Rahul Gandhi and his hollow claims in the Kerala election, but they claim to be partners in another state. Trinamool Congress has thrown the Congress out of the alliance in West Bengal and has thrown the left parties also out. What is left of the India alliance? They neither have a leader. When you ask them who their leader is, they say maybe we'll rotate every year. Then another party fellow says that no, but we have more than 5 parties.
No, then
so
what
we
is,
will end
what
up
is this?
rotating
Then
every 6
what
months.
is this thing
This
about
country
narrative
doesn't
that has
want
built
the
up?
kind of insecurity and instability that the India alliance offers.
Yeah, but what is the narrative which has built up, Mr. Goyal, last few, and you are in an urban constituency, Mumbai North, there's a big talk going on that, the election was a non-election, it was a one-sided election till February and March. Then everything has changed in the last 2 months. Everything has changed.
I think
how do you view
I
this
think nothing
narrative
has
setting?
changed. This is a one-sided election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has earned the admiration, goodwill, love, affection and trust of 140 crore Indians. He will receive the blessings of 400 plus seats in the Lok Sabha in this election. He will go on to make India the third largest economy of the world in his third term. He will bring decisive, honest leadership, high integrity leadership, with a vision to make India a developed nation, with a supercharged, turbocharged enthusiasm, which will take India to greater heights. As he rightly said yesterday in that massive rally at Shivaji Park, 24/7 for 2047. That is Narendra Modi.
What is the response that you see when Prime Minister comes there? This time, this is being seen as a Modi election wherever he goes, and he's giving a lot of his own time. In terms of road shows, in terms of rallies, it's much more than 2019 even. So how are you seeing the one-to-one reaction among the people? What are those private
Arnab,
conversations?
it's unreal.
Yeah?
I agree with you. It's much, much beyond 2019. The response has to be seen to be believed. The roadshow he had in my colleague Mihir Kotecha's constituency, Northeast Mumbai, was unimaginable. Mumbai has never seen anything like that. Yesterday's Sabha, and you know that I have attended public meetings in Shivaji Park.
Yeah. Please.
Ever since I was a child.
Yes.
And I've seen the largest rallies that used to take place for years and years. Yesterday's rally was unbelievably large. The audience was unbelievably involved.
Yeah.
And the response was spontaneous. I am very sure, having seen yesterday the rally that Prime Minister Modi addressed, and also seeing the pitiable state of the rally that the India Alliance had tried to cobble together, where the star was a corrupt person who's out on bail only to be able to campaign, who doesn't have a single candidate in Mumbai, who only came in to probably reduce the votes that are cast to the India Alliance candidates. I really feel that the race is getting totally one-sided in favor of Narendra Modi.
And what about the smaller factors? I'm asking you this not because I necessarily believe in them, but narrative going on against BJP. Rajputs are angry with BJP. This time there is disenchantment among the youth. Informal sector jobs are not good enough. A little bit of anti-incumbency has stepped in. I'm sure I personally say, Mr. Goyal, that much of this campaign seems to be more on YouTube than on the ground. But I want to get a sense from someone like you. Are you worried about this
gang campaign?
Yes. Yes, you were saying something?
I was just saying, this kind of a narrative is not seen on the streets amongst the people of India. Of course, newspapers, social media, they have to spice up the election. Now just imagine, the situation on the ground, what I see, is completely a Modi wave. Now suppose you were to run your channel or run a newspaper or try to attract eyeballs on social media in a campaign which is so one-sided, where the adulation and respect for the one leader is in stark contrast to the others. In fact, everybody else put together won't be a patch to the popularity and trust on Mr. Modi. The whole election will be a little bit of a damn squib for the media. So there has been a serious effort to try and create narratives where there are none.
And how do you view Maharashtra, Mr. Goyal? 41 out of 48 last time. Now that you're on the ground campaigning, I was speaking to Devendra yesterday and he was quite confident. But
beyond 42 this time.
You really think so, despite the breakup and the fact that, Ajit Pawar's inclusion in MVA may not have been well seen? I just now
met with another colleague who came in from the interiors of Maharashtra.
Yeah.
after a grueling campaign and mentioned to me that out of the area which has 10 or 11 seats, at best the India Alliance could land up, or the Mahavikas Aghadi could land up with one. And that's Mumbai, all 6 seats are clearly in Mr. Modi's favor. So the neighboring seats of Thana, of Palghar, all of these seats clearly are demonstrating a wave in favor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Tell me one thing, Mr. Goyal. Now you're a campaigning politician on the ground. Do people tell you what you want to hear, or do people tell you the truth? Do you have people around who can tell you, no, this is not right with what you're doing? Or is it? Do people criticize you to your face? And
my friend, I have 3 sources. One is the people whom I meet and connect with regularly. 2, friends in the media and social influencers who give us candid feedback. And 3, we have our own research teams on the ground across the country, across my constituency. So we literally are abreast with what's happening both in my constituency, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and the nation.
Okay, I know.
And I can tell you,
yeah,
people speak their mind.
They do.
People do tell us what we need to take care about. People do tell us any concerns that come up. And we are very conscious, and you'll see that we keep modulating the campaign and making it more contemporary to suit the mood of the nation.
Okay. So I won't take too much time, but I'll ask you one question at the end. What is at stake? We keep talking about the future, 125-day plan, but we also need to know what could be lost if Mr. Modi does not come back. I mean, if you put it that way, what is at stake here in terms of pure economics or continuity of policy?
I'm glad you asked me this question, Arnab. And the answer is very, very simple. An astute reader of Indian politics and government like you will be able to convey to the people of India this issue better than anybody else. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the India story in 1998, when Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee came into government as Prime Minister. India had very high interest rates, very high inflation, growth rates were down to sub 4%, and the country was in a very demoralized state. Our foreign exchange reserves had fallen to as low as $29 billion. Country was in a very weak spot. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 6 years brought massive development to the nation. Infrastructure projects, he ran the Pokhran tests. Internationally, India's standing improved. Interest rates drastically came down. Inflation drastically came down. Growth rates were back to 8.4%. Foreign exchange reserves nearly more than tripled, nearly 4 times, went up to $104 billion from $29 billion. And organically, no artificial borrowing, nothing. Organically, our own Indian money. But sadly, we lost the 2004 election only by 7 votes, 7 seats. We got 7 less than the Congress, and they got a first shot to run the government, cobbled together a coalition, but not a coalition on merit, not a coalition on principles. A coalition which Manmohan Singh ji, then Prime Minister, said that he has to function under the compulsions of a coalition government. And sadly, from 4 to 14, we saw the utter deterioration of the India story. From a strong economy, we became one of the 5 weakest economies, a fragile 5 economy. Growth rates plummeted from 8.4 back to about 4%. Interest rates rose crazily. Inflation rose to double-digit levels from 9, 10, 10, 11 onwards. Foreign exchange reserves were at very abysmally low levels, 6-month imports only by August 2013, and the rupee had fallen to 68 rupees to a dollar. The then Finance Minister Chidambaram ji had to borrow at 2% more than the normal borrowing rate in foreign currency just to artificially shore up the Indian rupee. And in 14, they left behind a fragile 5 economy, 11th largest, but amongst the 5 weakest in the world. And in large unpaid food bills, subsidy bills, large unpaid oil bonds, large unpaid foreign currency borrowings. Country didn't have any self-respect in the world. Country was full of scandals, corruption scandals worth 12, 13 lakh crores. Coalgate, 2G spectrum scandal, 40,000 rupees being spent on a tissue roll in Commonwealth Games. Antrix Devas spectrum being given away for free almost. They neither left the ground, nor the skies, nor underground, nor space. In every respect, a weak government, a failed government, bereft of leadership, and a corrupt government. Prime Minister Modi in 10 years has once again brought India back on track. From a fragile 5, we are amongst the world's strongest and fastest growing economies. Foreign exchange reserves are at record highs. I was just reading this morning on television, $644 billion, more than twice what we inherited. And this is after paying back the $30 billion borrowed at high interest costs by Congress. All food bills, all oil bonds, all of them sorted out, accounted for. So effectively, our banking system, robust like never before. We had inherited about 85,000 crores annual loss in our PSU banks. Today our PSU banks make a profit upward of 1 lakh crores. Strong public sector undertakings and enterprises. Confidence in the people of India that wherever they go in the world, they are safe, and should there be a problem, Modi is there to bring them back. Confidence across the world that you trade or do business with India, you'll get high quality goods and services. So in every respect, India is today on the threshold with a strong foundation to become a superpower. And that, Arnab, is the India growth story going forward.
That's very well put. Very well put. Mr. Goyal, finally about 11 years back or 12 years back, I don't remember, you came to the office of Times Now, which I had founded, and we spent some time, and then you told me privately, you said, Arnab, I am leaving everything. I'm leaving. I said, what are you leaving? You were a member of parliament, but you were leaving your investment banking career. You sold off everything that you had in the private banking business. And I was a bit shell-shocked, you know, because people usually do not go all out. They do a balancing act between a lucrative business practice and politics. Even lawyers can't go all out. Some lawyers miss the political opportunities because they are making too much money in the Supreme Court. For you, it has been one-way ticket. And this Lok Sabha election also perhaps now takes you to another level of, moving in a one-way direction, right? So how do you look back? You remember that meeting we had in the little room at Times Now at that time? And then how have things figured out for you personally?
Yes, I still remember, and I remember some wonderful nation knows to know debates with you.
Yes.
The aggression with which you used to grill me.
Yes.
The high amount of research I had to do before I came to any of your shows to match up with your research. I have wonderful memories I'll never forget. But a professor of London Business School, Professor Sumantra Ghoshal, unfortunately no more with us, had once in 2000, after having a long conversation with me, and you know professors judge a person's character and his mind very well, had told me that even if I earn 500 crore rupees, and I remember that figure he had told me, and that was a lot of money in 2000, even if I earn 500 crore rupees, I will not be happy. My calling in life is public service, is politics.
Wow.
And I'm grateful to Prime Minister Modi for having given me this opportunity. There are people who continue to run their practice, continue their business in some other name. I chose the right path. I chose the path of closing down, shutting down everything.
Yes.
So that at no point of time there can be any false allegations or false narrative on me. I have served the nation honorably to the best of my capability under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, his astute guidance, and his deeply empathetic nature to the people of India, to serve the people of India. It's truly been a delight, and I'll ever be grateful to Prime Minister Modi for giving me this opportunity for 10 years and now to fight the Lok Sabha election and serve the nation in the years to come.
I can tell you, you figured it out very, very well. And viewers, and a parting note I'll tell you, he is complimenting my research. If you want to know really good research, Piyush, who's a rank holder, I think #1 or #2 in India in his chartered accountancy exams, you should see his Rajya Sabha speeches from the early 2000s and the level of research that he had done at that point of time. So I can return the compliment in equal measure. We wish you all the best. People in Mumbai, Mumbai North watching you on the channel this evening. Piyush Goyal, you are first interview on the 4th. Has to be with Republic Bharat and Republic TV. Wish you all the best. We wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnab, and warmest regards and good wishes to all the people who are watching your show.
Thank
and to you.
Thank you, Piyush. Thank you.